they're coming. Who is? Who is coming?
You know you're a millennial when you question whether or not it's ethical to bring children into this world. Because of climate change, we don't really know whether or not the world's going to be habitable in 30 years. So why would I bring children into this world?
So I've had 2 abortions. Nothing medical. I just find it incredibly morally unethical to bring another human being, another child, into this late-stage capitalistic shit show that is causing the literal extinction of our species in our lifetime. This child that you want born so badly isn't going to live to see 30, and I need you to hear that. I need you to understand it. But enough about climate change.
While the rest of us sit back and watch the planet slowly die. And I know we all feel helpless, but there's one thing worth a try. Don't have a baby. Don't bring a new life in the world. I know they're cute with their little hands and the way their fingers curl, but don't have a baby. Resist that primal urge to breed, 'cause give it 10 or so more years and they won't be able to breathe.
So let's talk about this, because I think yes and no. This is kind of where I lose their plot line a little bit. So if you have some more insight into this, I think it would be great to hear it. But here's the thing. Yes, I absolutely do believe that this is in large part about white supremacy and wanting more white babies to be born so that white people can preserve their majority. The problem is it's not going to do that, because this is disproportionately going to affect brown and black women who are less likely to have the resources to travel to other states or to other countries to get the medical care that they need. And thus, more black and brown women are going to be forced to give birth that don't want to give birth. And that's going to entrap more black and brown people into foster care, because black and brown babies are harder to get adopted. There are absolutely white women and white families out there that want to adopt black and brown babies for the virtue signaling and the white savior complex. But most of them are going to wind up in foster care, which I guess then would mean that more white babies for the white families to adopt and more black and brown babies to entrap in poverty so that they can be abused for their labor later in life, I'm guessing. But yeah, no matter what, it sucks and it's stupid.
A lot of anti-abortion advocates are also seemingly really into the idea of finding out their child's sex really early on. And I think this is because of this underlying cultural idea that gender confers humanity. And, if you're against people aborting fetuses, you need to construct them as fully people. And one of the mechanisms to do so is by putting gender on them. So we often call fetuses it, or we call even early babies, we often call it, babies, it's crying, because it's not quite gotten gender and it's not quite become a person. But a lot of conservatives who are really anti-abortion and really pro-reproduction, they're obsessed with gendering their children before they're even born, so they come into a world fully gendered, because it's how to humanize them and to stop people from being able to have safe access to abortions.
I do see a path to being able to offer tickets for someone to move to Mars.